Okay, I'm back with 3 more. Carla, are you here? Okay, now we're going to do horsetail. Okay, now I'm an old cowgirl. I used to ride a lot, and back in my day, the main thing, the shampoo used on horses, tail and mane, they started producing it for human hair. I used to use that all the time. You can get it from the vet store or whatever, but you can use horsetail for that too. Making an oil out of it if you want to grow your hair. Now, for that, I would recommend using the natural herb. Soak it in olive oil. That's how I would do it. I have the dried form because I use it for all different kinds of things. I don't use it on my hair anymore, but it kind of looks like, you know what scallions look like? It kind of looks like dried scallions. Like, whenever you chop them up. Kind of what it looks like. But I usually use it for, it strengthens and defines boundaries. Like if you're going to try to put a binding spell on somebody, I would use that to make them know your boundaries or their boundaries. Don't step across this. That's how I would do that. It's been known to summon snakes. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but it's been known to. It's also used in fertility and health spells. The gender is female. The ruling element is earth. And the planet is Saturn. Okay. The magical properties, as I said, it affirms boundaries. You can make affirmations and commitments firm. In other words, if somebody makes a promise to you, you can do this spell and use the horsetail, and they are going to be bound to it. Okay. It protects one's psychic space against unwanted intrusions. In other words, you can put in an incense that you're burning, I'd say with mugwort or mistletoe or something like that, while you're doing your circle. If you put up a circle, some witches don't. It's used to cleanse unwanted emotional rubble and the debris system. In other words, clean your aura out, the space around you. And of course, to charm and call snakes. And you can actually make, here's a little bit of trivia. With the horsetail, the actual reed of it, the stem, you can actually make a flute out of it. You can blow on it and play it. Pretty cool. Usually, if someone in the older days was trying to get pregnant, they would have a horsetail plant in their bedroom. Because, once again, it was used for fertility. And still is. Okay. Now, the medicinal properties of it, of course, is a diuretic and treatment of kidney and bladder problems, astringent to stop bleeding, and helps in healing. It's an anti-tubercular drug. Okay. If you don't know what anti-tubercular is, it's tuberculosis. It helps prevent tuberculosis. Or that's what I researched anyway. It's also used in cosmetics sometimes. You can make a ointment and, put it on your face at night. It's helped deal with jaundice, hepatitis, brittle fingernails, joint issues, frostbite, weight loss, and heavy menstrual periods. Applied directly to the skin to treat wounds and burns. It's an antioxidant and an anti-inflammatory. Used on the scalp for hair loss and itching, and even for dementia. Now, there is a warning. Taken long term, it can cause a thiamine deficiency. It has an ingredient in it called thiaminase. Okay. So it will take your thiamine out of your body. And of course, as I always say, whenever I'm telling you about these herbs, make sure that you check with your pharmacist if you're, taking any prescription meds or if you have a condition, because if you already have a thiamine deficiency, then you don't need to be using Horsetail internally. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean you can't put it on your hair, but don't do it every day anyway. It's not healthy for you to wash your hair every day. I know some people do it, but it's not healthy. That's why their hair don't grow. You need to let your natural oils go in there, and that works all by itself. Okay. Do not take, if you're pregnant, if you're an alcoholic, if you drink a lot of alcohol every day, if you're diabetic or have low potassium, or taking lithium, because they counteract each other. You can have an adverse reaction or even possibly go into, I don't know, it might not be good for you. So I'm just giving the warnings. Do as you will, but I've told you not to do it. Now, next we have juniper berry. Okay. The highlights I have here on juniper berry is protection against thieves, accidents, ghosts, and even animal attacks. And it's burned as an incense because it increases psychic powers. Like if you're going to do divination of any type or scrying, I use it in scrying a lot. Just burn it on top of your coal disc, and it's awesome. I have so many things written on this. It would take me forever to tell you all of it. I have a juniper rub that I made of juniper berries and isopropyl, which is rubbing alcohol, and witch hazel. You can rub it on sore muscles or however you want to use it. It's a detoxant. If you want to make the essential oil out of it, use almond oil. Let it set for about a month. Also can consume as it's good for bladder, kidney infections, and digestive disorders. 2 can be used to help gingivitis, in your teeth, your mouth, your gums, and bad breath. Can be used as a spice for meat. And of course my rubbing alcohol here, but it needs to be at least 90% isopropyl. Okay. The Magickal uses, it protects against hexes, anyone hurting you in any way. You can string it up in beads in your car and like hang it on your rearview mirror. It'll protect you against car wrecks. Because if you've seen the juniper berry, and they smell so good, you can thread these. Oops, knew that was going to happen. You can thread them, put them on cord or however you want to do it, and hang them on your rearview mirror in your car. It'll help protect you from car accidents. Of course, it's also used for incense, as I said. You can add it to bleach for a floor wash to cleanse your floor. You can throw the leaves or branches of it in a campfire to keep snakes away and wild animals. And when you burn it and inhale it, it helps psychic abilities. I told y'all I can't talk tonight. Now, I also have a healing spell here for it. And as I said, I'm not giving out all these spells unless y'all want to hear them, so you need to let me know. But y'all are really going to have to research this. There's so many uses for it. It's a wonderful herb. It's right up there with cinnamon and rue and rosemary. I mean, it's a wonderful herb. Okay. Next is Kava. The gender is female. The ruling element is water. The planet is Saturn. And the ruling deities are Kanaloa, Cain, and Lono, or Lono, L-O-N-O, which seems Hawaiian to me. Now, I have the powder form, but the magical properties are, it's traditionally drank or chewed in contact to clear the mind and in higher doses to get visions. It's supposedly an aphrodisiac and a visionary herb. Main uses for it magically. The medicinal properties, it's a sedative, a muscle relaxant, an antispasmodic, which that means if you're having muscle spasms, it will calm them down, and an analgesic. And I'm sure you know what an analgesic is. There's 3 more. I'm trying to get as many of these done tonight as I can, so you'll have them. If anybody's there and has any questions, let me know, or I'm going to get off and I'm going to come back with 3 more. I'm in the mood to get them done, and I may not do, of course, all I have because I have a lot, as you can see. Well, maybe you can't see, but okay. Well, I'll come back and do 3 more.